Welcome back to Game On. Time now to switch focus and congratulate the German champions in Bayern Munich. History will argue possibly the greatest club to come out of Germany, but they keep setting the standard even when they've got an enemy like Leverkusen who comes second, setting records, which must really hurt.
Yeah, it must hurt them, setting the record 33 games unbeaten away from home. But just couldn't get that extra go, to get across the line again. For Bayern, history again. I mean, what a team. Couple of things there. Yeah. Harry Kane, in his whole career, it's his first league trophy he's won in his whole career. And I mean, he is recognized as one of the best strikers around. So for him, he had to go to Germany to get a league trophy, Liverpool and other teams were too strong for him, so he had to go to Bayern. But yeah, congratulations to them. They deserve it. They were consistent. Yeah, they got a couple of results, a couple of draws, but were consistent throughout the year. Well,
you mentioned Harry Kane. Others would also look at Vincent Kompany. Still very young from a coaching point of view, but your thoughts on he's taking over at Bayern and giving them the championship, considering how well Leverkusen were doing with their coach?
Well, whoever chose him as the manager, if you think
where
he came from, I mean, he had just been with a team that got relegated to come in and take over the champions. It just showed. But you know what it is? It's about the class. It's about the way he's learned. It's about who he's learned from. If you look, he's learned from some of the best managers around. So I'm not surprised at that. I really am not.
How much does the German game need, Alonso, to stay and compete?
But they need it because you needed to compete. You don't want to have a one league team every year, because then it becomes boring. They need him to stay, but whether he's going to, I'm not sure about that.
Well, there's huge rumors about football out in Spain, quite possibly being out for your services. Let's talk about now the bottom of the table. Position 16, of course, is the playoff position, but a good number of clubs could still be in the running where this is concerned.
But if you look at it, and this just shows you how competitive this league is, anything from 13 down can still go down, can still be involved in the playoffs. So it's everything to play for in the last 2 games of the season. It's not that it's done and dusted, let's move on. Everything to play for. And it's going to go down to the wire again, to the last game.
Football in general, the fact that we do have the championship, we do have European or African places, including now the playoffs, has it added to the drama at the end of the season for just the fans, in that there's no team that gets to coast now. At the end of the season, you're always playing for something or to get away from something.
Exactly, and that's what makes it better. When a league is so one-sided like it is here, where everything is just, who's going to win the league, who's going to come second, it makes it a big difference when you've got something to fight for. And I love that. I love it going down to the wire where the game go to the last game and anything can happen in that last game. It's such pressure, but it's enjoyable pressure.
German football, its contribution to the game. We know as an international representative, they've done well over the years, but German football in the whole, when you think German football, their league football, the quality, the players they have there, Champions League and as internationals?
Just haven't kicked on in the Champions League over the last few years, and that's been a big worry for me, is that they haven't got to there. But, you're always going to have a strong German team. No matter what you look, whatever tournament you come to, they always seem to pull it out, be there. It's vital in Europe. Obviously, the Germans are vital in Europe, and the football only gets better and better each year.
Well, Bayern Munich, keep getting better and better, and so does German football. So we take our hats off to the current German champions and switch focus now. And in closing out the show, time to focus on Diski football, as Hollywoodbets always does. The Diski Nine9 Championships was held out at the Duduza soccer fields. Let's find out more about that, Shane.
Gauteng is full of iconic and legendary football tournaments, but there's a new one that is taking the province by storm, and rightly so, because it's the breeding ground for the stars of tomorrow. But unlike others that mainly take place over the Easter holidays, this one wanted its own freedom, and with the backing of Hollywoodbets, that was possible.
this idea of the tournament came about because we've noticed that everyone is doing a tournament during the Easter holidays. So we wanted to be unique and different to others. So we put our proposal to Hollywoodbets, proposing this long weekend of Freedom Day that we should do a top 8 tournament during where everyone is done doing his own tournament. So the idea started there to avoid clash with other tournaments. As Diski Nine9, we are happy to work with Hollywood because we started working with Hollywood in December, but it was just a small thing. But now we are happy because everything here is done by Hollywood as the main sponsor.
Football can be a vehicle for change, for administrators and for players. It's the latter, however, that is a major focus. And with our nation facing so many challenges for young people, tournaments like this give youth a chance.
The youngsters will be scouted because there are scouts here who always come and scout for APC Municipal League and NFT specifically. So it's an opportunity for these young boys.
We're looking to give the youngsters an opportunity to showcase their talent. That's the most very important thing because the Makasi most times they don't get these opportunities. So much of them opportunities, so that's when these young boys they can be able to do what? To give their best and show your talent level. Maybe they can get this partners in the
There were 8 teams who came to conquer the Diski Nine9 championship, but only one could win. The final was contested by Bayern FC and Watford United, and they served up a sensational encounter. There could only be one winner though, and after the contest finished 2-2, penalties were used to separate the teams, and it was Bayern who came out on top.
It was fun and excited because we get to test ourselves. We've been wanting this challenge. We always want to play against big teams, so we can show that we're also a big team. I'm more than happy to the credit is for the players and our supporters, but I give the credit to the players. They did so well in Pechu. They deserve this in Pechu. So we're cool out here.
I feel great. I feel very, very great. I'm very happy for everyone that played. I'm sorry to the guys that lost, but yeah. We had to be here. We fought and we brought game.
We must expect a big tournament this coming December in 2025. Festive games, Diski Nine9. I promise that they will be big. The games will be bigger than last year, of course, because there's Hollywood on board.